What do you mean I feel like P. Diddy? I started the recording. Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy.
No, it's like fuck P. Diddy now. That's what she changed that bitch.
I probably shouldn't have taken those, actually. I didn't think about it, but I took cold meds earlier this morning, and that has acetaminophen in it.
Those were extra strength? You took 2, right?
Yeah.
You took more than you should have in a 12-hour span, but you're fine.
When I start estrogen, my liver is going to be fucked, too, because it really fucks with your liver if you take it in pill form.
But you're going to take it in, like, horse
Fun
piss
fact,
form.
if you take it in pill form, you're not recommended to have more than, I think, 1 drink, like 1 alcoholic drink. I'm not a doctor, don't take that as medical advice. But I think that's it. I think you're not supposed to have more than 1 drink, which would be huge.
That's crazy, because every trans girl I know is a fucking alcoholic.
Well, are they on estrogen?
Yeah.
Are they on pills?
She said she had to take her Foid pills, so I'd assume she's on pills.
Yeah, so that's probably not good, because it does...
I also told her she had to take her Moid blockers as well.
Yeah, it's
Or
not
Chad
super
blockers.
good. If you do injections, though, it's usually fine. Patches are also fine. Gels are also pretty fine.
Gels freak me the fuck out.
Apparently, some of the side effects...
The goop is fucked up.
Apparently, some of the side effects of patches and gels, of like dermal applications of estrogen, are anxiety and depression.
The body wasn't built to handle girl goop. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, supposedly half the population has girl goop in them, but...
Well, no, they don't have girl goop. The girl goop is different. The gunk.
Yeah. Also, apparently, I forget which one, it's either patches or the goop. Apparently, one of them is really toxic to cats. Like, deadly toxic to cats. I don't know which one, though. So,
Probably the goop.
yeah, probably the goop. Anyways,
Cats should be dying to anything.
welcome, Parkies, to episode 42 of Parkade Pal. I've always
hate
wanted
what's
to
going
do
on
a
here.
cold open. Cold opens make me so happy.
What do you mean cold open?
Where we don't introduce the podcast, we just start fucking yapping.
I got
Welcome to episode 42 of Parkade Pals.
Welcome.
In this episode, we're trans.
I'm coming out. I'm a girl now. Is that all? Is that all I have to do?
What do you mean you had to do? I'm not paying you or anything.
Well, I'm contractually obligated.
I'm contracting. I'm giving birth.
Big Pharma is paying me to
I'm
show
giving
estrogen.
birth. They put a false womb in me, and now I'm...
Yo, all the dudes out there who've got like the male pattern baldness going on. Become a girl.
It does not reverse it. It stops it.
Yeah, so if you've already started, go to Dubai and then become a girl, I guess. Get your hair transplant. And then...
Dude, I thought it was like... Is it Dubai? I thought it was like South Korea.
Go to Turkey. Get your hair
Turkey
transplant.
was the place, yeah.
I assume Dubai also does it, but...
Well, I assume Canada also does it.
Not really, actually. A lot of hair transplants are not allowed. Like
Why?
what they...
Why?
They're
Why?
not approved by...
We don't have the FDA here.
No,
They wouldn't even do that in America.
the medical people. Not the
John
FDA.
Medicine.
I think actually it might be the FDA who approves certain medical treatments.
They do drugs. They don't. I don't think.
I think
they
it's
medical
relevant though. Either way, you're not allowed to do it in America. At least not that way.
Parkade Pal Zero, give us an update on the war in Israel.
What?
Give us an update. What's the most recent thing that's happened as of this video uploading? So you do have to predict it.
As
We're filming
the
this
most
one in
recent
advance.
thing,
Yeah.
as of it uploading,
Yep.
Netanyahu's been killed.
You're predicting that in less than a week, Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be killed?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the most recent thing as of this video uploading. That's... Oh, God. Oh, no.
Well, kidding. Donald Trump will be assassinated in 5 days. So as of this upload, it will be, I'd assume, like a day before the assassination? Or after, rather, the assassination.
Dang. J.D. Vance is in power?
No, he's going to.
Oh.
He's in power, but he's going.
Who would be next in power then?
Hillary Clinton.
Why?
I don't know.
Just because you like her?
Not really. She wasn't a very good candidate.
Well, she wasn't the one fighting against him in the most recent election. That was Kamala Harris.
No, she's not getting into power. Hillary, though.
It's crazy that America had two options to vote for a woman.
And they chose Hitler
And
both
they
times.
chose the worst option both times.
To be fair, it's not like Kamala was going to be a good president either. She had much better qualifications than Dongle, but
Still haven't had a woman president.
she was also like
It's been close.
She was also like kind of fucked up and like twisted. They all are. I mean, there's no heroes in the America. I'm not a fucking enlightened centrist. Let's just get that out of the way. I fucking hate. I would much prefer Kamala Harris. Does not mean she was a good president or would have been a good president. She probably would have been better though, at least for the American people.
Yeah.
Probably still would have gone to war for Israel and Iran.
Yeah, probably. But you would probably still have abortion.
You'd probably have better quality of life for the American citizen. Although they're both evil people.
But abortion...
Rest in peace, JFK, my goat, first Catholic president. I'm not Catholic.
As always, Turkeys, we start off the episode with small talk. So, Parkade Pal, how's your week been doing?
Well, ever since the murder of Donald Trump.
So that's in the future, actually.
Well, no, it's happening.
Right? Like
you're about to see the pop-up.
5 days to assassinate him?
Well, it's going to take 5 days for it to be reported.
Oh, I see. Are they going to try to, like, fake him with AI first?
Yeah, like they did for Netanyahu.
Hey, hello, I am Grok Donald Trump. I'm going to make you naked. Is that what Grok does?
Computer, make this one naked. Computer, let's take the jiggliness up by 45%.
Have you thought about how, like, we're on the internet
Computer,
now.
make her tall and blue. I want her to look like the Na'vi from Avatar.
They could do that. We could be...
Computer, make her slim, thick.
Okay. So is that how your week went?
Computer, tell me it's all gonna be okay, computer.
Oh, I just rubbed my eyes. Is my, whatever.
What?
It's fine. I think I fucked up my mascara a little bit, but it's probably fine.
Computer, tell me it's gonna be okay, computer.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Tell me it's gonna be okay, computer.
Okay, computer! I love...
You know.
I don't actually remember who made OK Computer. Someone did, though. Someone made OK Computer. Okay, how was your fucking week, Parkade Pal Zero? Okay.
My week's been okay. I am pretty tired. Is that fucking Neymar?
What?
It's a
Yeah,
fucking soccer player up there.
I don't really know soccer players, if I'm being honest.
Anyways, there's like a sticker on the window. It's like really high up there. I don't know how they did that. But,
Congrats.
yeah, my week's been okay. I played some D&D. That was fun. I suplexed a skeleton. That was cool. I think I aura farmed on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Did better in my pre-campaign one-shot. Or I guess it is the campaign. I guess it's pre-campaign. I did better in the pre-campaign one-shot than this one did, than Parkade Pal 1 did.
Technically, no.
Yeah, you cracked a token. I never did.
You didn't know that they existed.
I did know they existed. I just wasn't offered
them. You didn't
them.
even see Gelatinous Cube. You didn't. The reason I had to pop it was because it was either me and the Spikes or me and Gelatinous Cube.
I jumped 60 feet.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't jump
I
it.
fell 60 feet.
You fell, yeah.
That's basically a jump.
Different, though.
No, it's basically a jump.
And you just hit water. You should have died, realistically.
No, I shouldn't have.
There's no half-damage rules with water. That's not a thing.
I know.
Water does not
If it wasn't half damage, it just would have healed. But since it was half damage, it didn't.
Anyways,
I
did better.
And I got a cooler item. And I got.
We'll see. Mine upgrades as I level up.
My aura's crazy, bro.
Once we hit level 6, I might.
Well, can you cast teleport? Didn't think so.
I might get like Wish or something. I don't know.
I hope not.
That'll be sick.
I don't know if Wish exists.
It does. It's a spell. Anything else you did?
I've been working on D&D. Been playing Deadlock.
So nothing.
I got the Minecraft server working. That took forever.
Have we really talked about the Minecraft server that much? I don't think so. We've talked about multiple Minecraft servers that we've started and ended within the...
There's a new server up that took a while for me to
podcast.
fix, but it works and it's pretty fun.
And there's the estrogen mod, Parkies. I'm gonna make an estrogen factory.
Estrogen.
Hardly
Burger.
an estrogen.
Estrogen. I hardly know where. Anyways, Parkade Pal 1, how was your week?
I think that's the first time you've ever asked me that in the history of this podcast.
That's not true.
My week, roll back the tapes. My week's been good.
Leave it up to the lid.
I did a lot of the same things, except I lied, Parkies. It hasn't been good. Since I filmed the last episode, remember when I said I kind of feel like shit? Turns out I was sick, Parkies, and I'm still sick. Like, mildly. Like, I'm less sick than I was before. But I've just been chugging cold meds.
I'm muscling through this to bring you guys the content you deserve. I could be ill by the end of this recording. You don't know. And neither do I. So I'm really putting in the effort. I'm putting in the hours.
And like I said previously in the episode, I took 2 more Tylenol than I probably should have. I probably should have 0 Tylenol. Which means I will probably die of acute liver poisoning while we're filming this episode.
And I won't help you.
Yeah? You know CPR.
Not on you, I don't.
Okay. But yeah, anyways. So I've been sick. That's not been fun. I sat in on this Chud session. It was pretty fun. Other than that, I've been wanting to play more Magic. We got to play Magic after we filmed the last episode. It was fun. I feel like I kind of bullied Parkade Pal 7, which was not super fun for him probably. But I think we all still had a fun time. I hope we all still had a fun time. And I'm hoping to play Magic again soon. Maybe get a pod up and running with another friend we have. Maybe bring her on the pod. Who knows?
No.
Why?
If there's too many girls, I get nervous. Guys, my throat's been hurting a lot recently, so I have calls.
I never got a sore throat, so I'm wondering if maybe you got a different illness. But
No, my throat's been sore for like 2 weeks now.
have you tried drinking water and not Monster?
Yeah, I've also tried not sucking as much dick, and it hasn't helped either.
Now you've just been sucking less dick, drinking less Monster, and you have a sore throat.
Yeah, so my life just kind of sucks, Parkies.
And then last thing, I got an email today. Today's the first day of, or I guess what we should say when we're filming. Today's Monday, the 4th. Oh, Star Wars!
I'm gonna fucking.
May the
I'm
fourth
no,
be
don't
with
say
you.
that Disney adult shit on my
I forgot
pod.
I walked upstairs today. My dad was watching Star Wars on the TV, and I was like, "Why are you watching Star Wars?" And he was like, "It's May the 4th," and I was like,
Disney adult behavior.
Star Wars was not always Disney. In fact, when it started, it's like it's a lot like D&D actually. When it started, it was like a smaller like film company. And it got bought by Disney, and now it's like to be fair, I don't really care about Star Wars, and I don't really watch Star Wars.
I think Star Wars is kind of a boring fucking series.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I
I
know
don't
that
think I've really actually enjoyed like a Star Wars film ever.
I know that its practical effects were really good for its time, and the
but
choreography
so was like
is really good
fucking-
in a lot of the earlier movies. So, like, those are two aspects that are very artistic, and people love the series for, like the choreography and the practical effects. It's no longer practical effects because the machine has worked its way into the art. But yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I got an email today, and I have set up pretty much everything that I need for the research project that I'm going to be doing this spring semester. Today's the first day, and we're going in there. So I have a meeting scheduled tomorrow with the professor, my supervisor, who we'll talk about the project, and we'll get like stuff set in. I'll probably have a schedule then for when I'll be in lab. And then I'm also getting a key to the lab and the like student office area. So I'm gonna be doing chemistry, Parkies, and I do kind of want to do weekly. I want to bring back the weekly PowerPoints. So I'll try to figure out a way.
What do you
to
mean
that.
bring back? It wasn't weekly. You did it once. There's nothing to bring back. You did it one time. Anyways, Parkies.
I want to play more Magic. I've been... if we don't play Magic by Thursday, I'm entering the tournament. You guys have to fucking refresh me every week, or else I'm entering the casual EDH tournament at the Shoebox.
Waste your money as much as you want. I don't care.
It's like $5 for entry. We should do it together. I feel like it'd be fun.
You're not roping me into wasting $5 with you.
$5? Whoa! Dude, I'll spend $5.
I'm broke. I can't eat. I'm broke. I am broke.
You have spent, or you have thought about, I guess, spending so much money on Magic recently.
When?
Why not take away $5 of those dollars
When?
you would have spent on the $50 fucking dollar printed proxies? That's what I meant to say. Proxies. And take that $5 away, and then put it towards a Magic EDH tournament where you can win booster packs if you play good, and you're like the best Magic player in the world. So you shouldn't have to worry. It's casual too.
Okay, and?
So you have fun with other people that you don't know. You get to play Magic with them. I don't know. And it's right by your... Anyways, Parkies, let's move on to the topic.
Quick little docs, Parkies.
Yeah, maybe cut that out or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, the topic for today, Parkies.
Parkies Parkade Pal 1 lives at.
It's okay. Nobody's getting 16 minutes into the episode. We're fine. If they want to know where you live, they can come over, right? If they watch the podcast, they can come over.
Sure.
See, that's permission, Parkies. Come over to Parkade Pal Zero's house.
Sure.
Anyways,
I probably won't let you in, but we'll do something, I guess. I don't know.
Why don't you introduce to the Parkies the topic for today's episode, Parkade Pal Zero? What's the topic for this today?
You chose it.
Yeah, I know. But I'm pretending like you did it. I'm giving you, you made up this topic.
Parkies, I made up this topic. And the topic for today...
And what was that? What did you just say? That was a lie. So what's the topic for today?
Lies. What's that noise?
What noise? The people talking?
But she's talking through a fucking CRT. What the fuck? Why does she sound like that?
She's just talking like a person who talks. You probably can't hear Parkies. Actually, let's go silent. Yeah, you can't hear Parkies.
Someone that sounds like they're talking through a fucking Yoli radio.
The topic for today, Parkies, is the truth and whether or not it matters. Parkies, we had a conversation after finishing D&D at my house about lying and about its importance. As an intro to this, Parkies, I'm a fucking liar. I'm a dirty, disgusting piece of shit.
They all know. They know.
That lies to everyone that I love and everyone that I know. Which I guess is true. Yeah, I've pretty much lied to everyone in my life. There's not a person that I have not said a lie to, probably. Well, actually, there's probably a lot of people that I've said a lie to. But of the people who are close to me, I have lied to. And I'm of the opinion that this is probably a common thing. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm insane. But this is probably decently common. I've lied to my parents. I've lied to my brother. I've lied to my sister. I've lied to Parkade Pal Zero.
Many, uncountable times.
Yeah. I've lied to my partner. I've lied to a lot of people.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not cheating on you. Don't worry. That's their favorite lie. That's Parkade Pal 1's favorite lie.
Who would I even cheat on him with? Name a person.
I can't name them.
Why? Because it'd be a lie?
No, because...
For this episode,
because we're not
Parkade Pal
allowed
Zero,
to name them on the pod. You said this. This is part of the contract.
You have to promise to tell the truth. We're not allowed to say a single lie this entire episode.
Okay.
If we speak a lie...
May God murder my children.
Shake my hand.
May God murder your children?
Yeah.
May God murder you.
Yeah.
May God murder your cat, Loki.
You doxed him, bro.
Who lives at...
And may God murder you.
May God murder Loki if you lie.
Sure. Okay, so, I've lied to pretty much everybody I know. But why is the reason there? Why do we lie to the people we love the most? Why? What is the purpose of lying? What does it do? And why do we do it? I'm going to start off with an obvious thing, a thing that I'm very comfortable with telling everybody that I've lied to them about at least a little bit. And it's a thing that I think has made me comfortable with lying, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it is a thing. Being...
Turns out, I'm not trans. I just like the privileges it gives me.
Being trans presents some difficult challenges, Parkies, and maybe this isn't a thing that everybody experiences.
Yeah, probably not.
But it's a thing that I've experienced, and you can probably apply to other things. But it is a weird thing, and it's a thing that's uncomfortable. Being extremely vulnerable to the people you love the most is scary, because as we talked about in the previous episode, you tend to care what other people think about you, especially those who are immediately close to you.
I cooked you in that episode. I'd just like to add, I fried the shit out of you.
If you are...
I cooked.
If you are openly vulnerable to another person, you are actively... You're honestly actively hurting yourself in some aspects, especially if the person actually does kind of react the way that you think they are. As a trans person, coming out to people as trans is fucking terrifying because you're worried they're not going to like you, or they're going to think something about you that is not true, or they're going to think something, or they're going to apply stereotypes to you, or do something that you don't want them to do. And so, you're at a path. Either you sack up or sack off, and you just kind of fucking do it, and if it goes poorly, then you just kind of accept it.
Or sack off.
You just kind of accept it, and accept that they are either, like, your relationship has worsened, or they are no longer your friend, or potentially none of that happens at all, and everything's fine, or you lie. You lie to them. You keep secrets, and you pretend like this is not something that you're experiencing, and
I want to say something.
So you're not vulnerable.
I think keeping a secret and lying is different.
Okay.
I think that there is a large difference between withholding information and giving false information. Because I feel like usually you can just withhold information instead of lying if you're like really focused on keeping yourself safe. Obviously that's not like a catch-all solution. And there's about a million ways it's wrong. But I think for the most part that telling like the half-truth isn't necessarily lying, because you're being purposely misleading, but you're not telling like something that isn't true. You're just not telling the whole truth, right? Which is usually considered lying by many people's definitions. But I think it's more acceptable to keep secrets than it is to just like blatantly lie.
Well, I mean, it comes up. I had been asked when I was younger if I had ever had feelings like I wanted to be, well, it was worded, have you ever wanted to be a girl?
No.
I said no. And nobody thought anything different. That was a lie. I had before, and that was a lie. And I recognized that was a lie.
I've never lied to you, Parkade Pal 1.
I know this is not true. You have revealed that you've lied to me about certain things in the past. I don't want to bring it up, okay? But you said we promised.
That's it. The divorce is happening again. The divorce is happening again. The divorce is happening again.
We promised we were going to tell the truth,
and we're
okay?
getting divorced. That's the truth.
That is the truth.
That's the truth.
Did you just tell a lie?
No.
That you've never lied to me? Ooh. Do you die now? I guess.
No.
Yeah. No, but so one of the reasons that people lie, and a reason that I have lied, most of the reason that I've lied to people in my life, has been as a defense mechanism.
You're scared.
Yeah.
You're scared.
Irrationally so. I was irrationally scared, but I was absolutely scared. I was scared that something was going to change about the relationships that I had. That was not the entire reason. I also lied as a defense mechanism, not related to me being trans. To, like, my parents. If I did something bad and I didn't want to face the repercussions for it, because I was scared of the repercussions, I would lie to avoid the repercussions. So lying, a reason people do it is as a defense mechanism. Is it bad in that case?
No.
Why? Lying is pretty much seen by like a lot of people as...
I think it depends on your crime.
Okay.
Oh no, you ate the candy before dinner. No, I didn't. That's such a no harm, no foul thing. Like, who gives a fuck?
Well,
I killed someone and then you lie about that to get out of like your court mandated punishment. I think is a bit worse. Don't worry about that, Parkies.
Don't worry about her, Parkies. She's busy.
Anyways, yeah, I think it's pretty easy to say that there is totally a difference in severity.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Not all lies are made equal, right?
But,
therefore, not all lies should be treated as equally bad. Because then, what's the difference between you equating like a thief and a murderer as the same crime? Right? Like I feel like most people would argue that those are very different.
Yes.
Or like a jaywalker versus a serial killer. Like,
but I'd say the severity lies there in, oh, I ate a candy bar and, oh, I murdered someone. It doesn't lie in the lying. If you think about the severity of the lying, I would say it's pretty much similar in both cases. You're misleading someone about the truth, and if it's something that they do care about, that is pretty important. Like, you are disrespecting them to a certain degree if they
true,
say,
but they're
hey,
going to hurt you. If they were just like better people and they didn't hurt you for doing vapid, meaningless shit, you wouldn't have to lie.
Is it excusable for someone who had murdered to lie that they have murdered someone so that they don't face the honestly horrible situation that, you know, like American and
reasonable, yes. Excusable, probably no. Considering
prisons are like they torture you. Rape is a thing that happens in prisons, and prisons are fucking terrible. It is astonishing
I love
how
prison.
We have prisons here in
prison.
North America. But like, is it excusable for someone to lie about murder if they don't want to experience the absolute horrid reality of actual prisons? I don't know. I think that
well, I feel like people are expected to lie, right? That's like the whole point of court. That's like the whole point of a lawyer. That's like, people are expected to lie. It is not even really considered like a niche thing. Like, you go into court and the first thing they tell you to do is to tell the truth because they know you're going to lie.
And you swear on the Bible, and that means you can't lie.
Yeah,
Have you thought about that?
It's meaningless, and they know it. Maybe back in the olden days when people cared a bit more, but
when Hamilton was there.
Yeah, I'm not throwing away my shot.
That's the wrong song. There's a song where he's literally a lawyer.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, bear with me. Are you aware that we're making history? This is the first murder trial.
Okay, we're not fucking rapping Hamilton.
Behind liberation. I intend to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt with my assistant counsel.
It'd be a hilarious episode if we just fucking did the entire...
sing the Burr part.
If we did the entire Hamilton soundtrack.
Hamilton, sit down. Your client reaches innocent. Call your first witness. That's all you had to say.
New idea for a Parkade Pal episode. Us just singing
we just recite all of Hamilton.
Hamilton soundtrack.
But we do it really, really fast so we can squeeze it into an hour. We have to be 3 times faster than the play, more or less.
Well, we don't have to act any of it out, and there's no intermission, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
How do you write like you're running?
But yeah, I don't know. I think that to evade punishment, it kind of gets into the area of, is the punishment just? And are you evading it because the punishment is unjust? So, for example, like somebody lying about if they've pirated or if they've pirated like movies before.
I don't.
Because the punishment is unjust, so of course that's fine, right? Because if they told the truth, they would legally be forced to be punished, and that punishment is not worth it.
Yeah, like, so the punishment for like not commercial piracy, like personal piracy, like if I were to pirate something, is basically non-existent. There is no punishment, really. But if the punishment for me pirating something was like death, right? Nobody would be telling the truth about piracy because it's so easy to do, and but like the punishment is so high, right?
And like, for example, if you were a priest in the 1940s. And you were in Germany, and you were keeping a lot of Jewish people safe, and then a Nazi comes to the room and says, "Hey, do you have any Jewish people here?" Lying there is probably a good thing.
Hey, y'all got any Jewish people?
I mean, that's kind of what they did.
Hey,
for the record,
y'all got any Jewish folks?
For the record, that is kind of what they fucking did.
It is what they did, but it's
and
really
then
funny because you're going
houses.
like door-to-door salesman.
And you liked the duck.
What?
From the duck song.
Only waddled away.
Waddle. Until the very next day.
To 1945.
Anyways, yeah, so I think that, okay, and this kind of gets at it, because, like, I'm kind of making the assumption that, I'm proving that lying can sometimes be good. Obviously, lying can sometimes be good. The the philosophical argument of lying is always bad is something that's made by a couple interesting philosophers, Kant being one of them.
Loser.
And
Full alert.
to be fair, he does make a decently compelling argument, but
Full
it does
alert,
fall
full alert.
to some pretty nonsensical examples like Jewish people.
There's endlessly better ways.
that I gave. He gives the argument that, like what I said previously, you are disrespecting the person. You are treating them as a means to an end, which does not respect their autonomy. Respecting another creature's autonomy, specifically humans in Kant's case, requires that they have all the same information that you have, and that you're not misleading them, right? So you're treating them as another moral entity so that they may make the best choices possible as well.
It's kind of dumb, though, because inherently they never will. Every retelling is an abstraction of what happened.
Potentially,
right?
yeah.
Like, there is no perfect retelling, because, like, how the fuck do you do that?
But I'm sure Kant was of the belief that we had some sort of... He was not a Catholic, but that we had some sort of divine, I don't know, reasoning skills because humans are so special. He was of that idea that humans are very special from animals. Like, they're specifically different. They're not similar to animals at all. And that is why humans have morality and animals do not. Which formed his basis for his moral reasonings with Kantian ethics. Which, to be fair, does, once again...
Kantian ethics. Fucking bitch.
It provides, like, a pretty good basis. But still, nonetheless, back to lying. I don't know, why else do people lie? The defense mechanism is a big one, right? It's to protect yourself from potential consequences. That's why a lot of people lie, but people lie for other reasons as well.
Well, I think that's like one of only two reasons that people really lie for. I feel like you can boil everything down to either that, or lying does not necessarily avoid hardship, but it reaps benefit. Those are the only times you lie.
Well, there's also, like, evil lying. There's, like, the evil villain that lies just to fuck with people.
That's reaping benefit, though. Personal pleasure.
It's not benefit,
Personal
though.
pleasure.
What if you just want to fuck with people?
Then you are fulfilling your desire of just fucking with people.
But, like, you don't get any benefit from it. You just
you do. You get to fuck with people. That's what you want to do. You get to do what you want.
What about people who impulsively lie? There's no personal benefit there. They just kind of do it.
I got it. Okay, fine.
Either impulsive.
There's like a third.
There's
a very narrow third neutral reason for why people lie. If you quite literally are incapable of not lying, and you don't lie for any particular reason, you just lie.
You might be right though, because isn't the first reason avoiding something bad happening to you? Isn't that also a fulfillment of a personal benefit as well? You just lie for fulfillment of personal benefit. Or I guess it could be benevolent. You could lie to benefit the Jewish people that you are hiding away from the bad people who want to kill you. And in that case, you are kind of sacrificing yourself. Because
and then we're back to an argument that I don't want to get back to. So,
and then you do kind of get into,
You get down to a very annoying argument that we had last night that I don't want to get into. Not last night, 2 nights ago. And I don't want to get into it. But, yeah, I mean, that would. I guess there's probably about 3 types of lying if I had to guess. There's lying to protect oneself, lying to grant like a boon to oneself, and then I guess like the neutral lying, which is like lying for others, lying against others. Which I guess lying against others could fall into any spectrum. So I'm going to keep it at neutral. Because lying against others could be good for you, it could be bad for you. Same with lying for, like
if I say, oh man, Parkade Pal 0, massive cock. Like, it gives me less of a chance to, appeal to the parkies.
But it's a buff for me.
But it's a buff for you.
So that's kind of neutral.
Yeah. Some would say kind of selfless.
And then you could just, like, kind of lie. Like, this is a different flavor of energy drink than it is. Like, that doesn't really accomplish anything.
You can do it. Like,
but, like, yeah.
You were able to do it. I would say I would say that the moral problem with lying, though, comes specifically in the disrespecting of others. You saying that this is a different flavor of Monster does not disrespect... It's inconsequential to everyone.
No. That's like what a white lie is, right?
Yeah.
A white lie is supposed to just be like a little lie that kind of doesn't really matter.
If you lie and say that there are no nuts in this brownie and that there actually is nuts to someone who is allergic to brownies,
it gets worse.
Killing them because you're not respecting their life at that point. So it can breach into other areas of like immorality.
Yeah, well, lying's one of those nice blanket terms that you can kind of put anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you can lie in any crime, you can lie in any situation, you can lie literally anywhere, because you just make some shit up, right?
Also, lying is interesting because it plays off of this idea that you know what another person's thinking, right? It's like a fundamental, like, theory of mind type thing that all humans have, or I shouldn't say all, most humans have, where you are constantly thinking about what other people are thinking, right? And you can make arguments about it. I'm not going to make a specific argument one way or another, but people in many different scenarios know that people are thinking a certain way and then want to manipulate them to think in a certain way. And so this is another thing that I've also found myself doing in lying, is not just lying for like for a defense mechanism or for like some abstract personal boon to make a situation sound better. And people also do this, knowingly or not, I'd say, when they're like recounting a story. For example, let's say you had broken up with someone, and then you're retelling the story of your breakup to like a friend or something. Are you telling the exact truth? Maybe, potentially. Maybe if you have a lot of integrity.
I'd argue most folks, no.
But I would argue a lot of people subconsciously make it sound better when they're retelling the story, because that's how they saw it.
Well, I think,
right?
yeah, because like most people don't want to tell, like, if I'm talking about my bad relationship, am I really talking about what I did? No, I'm talking about my bad relationship. Therefore, I'm talking about what the bad that happened to me to make it a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you're like super self-aware and just like manipulative and vindictive and evil, and then you're like, then your bad relationship was literally all you. Then sure, maybe, right? But that's a much different and niche and strange example.
You still are in part manipulating the story, right? Because it is bias.
It is bias, but it's like a natural bias. I would never expect anybody to not be at least partially untruthful for their like relationship, because it's such an emotional thing that it's hard to rationally look at both sides of the argument. That's why whenever people like break up in like my friend groups or whatever, I always just like respect both sides of the argument. I do take sides. I'm not going to shy away from the idea that I take sides. I certainly take sides because I view some of my friends as more trustworthy than others. I also have a stronger rapport with some of the people that I choose sides with. And I believe that if somebody had to lie to me, they'd be less likely to lie to me. They still very much could, but that's a gamble that you have to take. That, yeah, anybody could lie to you at any time, no matter how close they are to you. No one's bound from it, right?
Yeah. I'd say that it's human, but
so you have to draw the odds. You just have to decide where you play the game.
I'd say that it's human, and I'd say that it's normal to tell things from your perspective, and then essentially be lying from that perspective. But I still think it's immoral. Like, I still think if you're pouring your heart out to somebody about like your relationship, and you are able to recognize that what you're saying is probably in some part not truthful, either because you don't know all the information and you're assuming certain things, or because you're just telling it from your perspective, you're still lying, and like we said before, you're still disrespecting the other person by not giving them the truth. You are still painting an image that is not representative of the actual truth. And so you're essentially, in some ways, you're trying to manipulate the person you're with. You're trying to make them think in a better way so that they think more along how you're thinking, right? It would be much better if that person were to separate themselves and be able to talk about this objectively, about what happened, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what people do when they pour their heart out to people. They, for whatever reason, they want support, right? And lying is a great way to get that.
I know they reveal that they're Mecha Hitler, they're not getting support, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. So, like,
I think we posit our stances on whether or not truth matters here, because we're about past the halfway mark.
Yeah, I think so.
I think now is when we state.
That's what I was sort of getting to here. Yeah.
What do you think?
So,
does truth matter?
This is the important thing. Like, is the moral question is, when you are manipulating someone, you are manipulating them in that you are altering the truth. You are saying an untruth, right? So, in some respect, to us, the truth does matter, right? Mm-hmm. The truth does matter because it it paints a picture that we want to know something too. If someone's pouring their heart out to you because of their breakup, and they are telling something that is absolutely false, they are an evil person, and they're like manipulating the other person and you. They're not telling you the truth. If you believe that, then you have a false ideal of the world, and you are siding with someone who is bad and like fucking with someone who is not bad, the person who's the victim in this case. Mm-hmm. The truth here obviously does matter to a lot of people. But ultimately, the question is, does that really affect you? If you then push this person out, you push this good person out because your friend told you that they're an asshole, that they're a fucking terrible person. Does that really affect you? Yes, you may suffer some some issues with like the person who's been manipulating you. They might manipulate you further, and then at some point when it serves them, they might kick you to the side and then move on with their life. And that's bad, because lying indicates bad character. It's not virtuous, as Socrates said, so your friendship might be worse. Aristotle. Sorry.
I was about to say, he did not say that shit. He did
I'm
not
sure
care.
He said something about it.
He really did not care about the personal, like, he did not give a fuck.
But
he was too busy.
The issue that this drags on is this doesn't really affect the individual unless you make an argument about, like, a virtue, which is an entirely different thing. Like, that person believing, the person who is actively lying, it doesn't really change it for them. They now have a story, and now it's a story that they can believe. It will poorly affect, like, a different person and stuff like that, and that truth can maybe affect other things, but I don't think it's necessarily bad for that person. Is it bad ultimately? Yeah, I think there's no question about that. You are actively doing things that are immoral. You are going to treat someone worse when they do not deserve to be treated, and so there is a moral failing, but I don't think it's bad for the person. So I think the truth does matter, but weirdly in like an external way. In like if God was peering down on the world in like a godly way, but for the individual, I don't think truth matters. That's my stance on it.
I think, quite similarly, I think the truth doesn't really exist. Because the human mind, like, okay, think about the truth in the most general sense and literal sense of the word. It is everything as it happened, how it happened, right? It is the chain of events. It is literally everything that transpired.
It's the particle hitting another particle.
Down to literally everything that happened.
The atomic scale.
And the human mind can't comprehend that. I can't comprehend every...
Computer can.
Really? 3 solar systems over, the computer's keeping track? It can't. Nothing can keep track of it, at least as of right now, because Hal doesn't exist yet. But when I eventually make him and we get there, maybe. But as of right now, the truth does not necessarily exist, because the only beings that care, humans, can't handle it. They can't comprehend it. We can't get that far. And since we can't get that far, you never really know the truth. You just know what's good enough for you to call it the truth. You never get to actual truth. Because you only know what's good enough, you only care about this sort of faux truth. So if someone lies good enough, or if lies benefit you, and they continue to benefit you, then those sort of become truth. You know?
A little bit.
Because the truth is determined by the human perspective. It's by the perception of the people you're interacting with.
But it can also be determined by objective
There
factors.
are objective truths, but those aren't really the ones that people suffer from. Nobody really suffers from the objective truth of mathematics or the objective truth of the laws of thermodynamics.
Well, the fun thing about humans is that we have, at every step of our lives, tried to engineer a way in different areas to discover truth. Science is a method of truth-seeking. Philosophy is a logic, and all the elements of philosophy are an element of truth-seeking, trying to simplify everything down to their simplest bits and then dissect what happened, right? So when you're having an argument with someone, oh, you're making this syllogism, you're doing this, blah, 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 blah. And you can dissect the truth down to its literal, like, simplest parts, and you can, in some scenarios, discover the truth objectively. Humans do this all the time.
But the thing that continues to exist is that you cannot perfectly retell anything. It's just not possible, right? nor can any form of history. No form of history is a perfect retelling of anything, because to be a perfect retelling, it would not be history, it would be the thing, thereby making it not history, right? You can't. Everything is abstracted from one thing, right? Therefore, there is no real truth. There is no perfect truth. None that humanity can grasp. If you were a god, maybe you could surely grasp the perfect truth because you either made it all happen or you know it all happened. So then you could grasp the perfect truth. But we're not there. So
long's fine then, right?
Well, here's the thing. The truth, although non-mattering and not existing, the faux truth, the truth that humanity considers the truth, the good enough truth, does matter and certainly does exist. Because when people argue like, oh, that's not the truth, what they're saying is that that's just not good enough for what they want, really.
Yeah.
Because the people lie to themselves all the time. People lie to benefit themselves and shield them from harm because the truth that exists, the small amount of actual objective truth with big T, okay? Truth with the big T.
Proper noun truth.
The small amount of that a being can grasp, like their actions, right? If I do a bad thing, the truth is, I did the bad thing. But the truth that's good enough is me lying. I'm changing the rules that I'm playing by. I'm making it into this small t, little t truth that is the one that's good enough, the one that I will spin, the one that people will talk about. And the broader your generalization gets of what the truth is, the more and more small t truth takes over and big T truth goes away.
Yeah.
Because you are incapable of grasping big T truth besides very small pockets of information, right? Therefore, actual truth doesn't exist, doesn't matter. And I've been of this opinion many times on the pod that the truth does not matter. No human beings really care about the truth. Even if you bring up experience machine and all of those things that we've talked about before, I actually don't know if we've talked about the experience machine.
We talked about it immediately after we filmed the podcast, but we did not talk about
the experience machine. Maybe that's the next one. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like I don't
know if we did. We would have titled it the experience machine.
No, because it might have just been like a brief
Either way,
I think we did talk about it.
I think we did.
Briefly remember it coming up in small talk. Yeah.
It's just like a sort of mental exercise.
Repeating topics.
It's a mental exercise on truth.
Yeah.
And it's relevant here because it solely boils down to what people care about is big truth or little truth, right? And I think even if you bring up the experience machine, the reason people choose not to pick it is because from the outside looking inwards, they grasp the big truth of the machine, right? But the second you get there, there is no big truth of the machine because it removes your memory of it. Yeah. And if you didn't tell anybody and you just told them that you only told them the benefits of the experience machine, they'd pick it every single time because there is no possible conceivable downside to it. The only time you give them it is when you kind of goad them into caring about the big truth more than they usually do in life.
The downside is caring about the big truth. If that is a downside to a person, if it could conceivably be a downside, then that means that people can care about the truth. But I don't think that's realistic for anybody, because as soon as you enter the machine, you have a better life. It is better for you.
Also,
it is objective.
I think that argument, the defense of people care about the actual big truth, only works because people are sort of poked and goaded into it. You really emphasize and make aware the existence of the big truth, and then you tack value onto it. And then people caring about their faux truth, and I feel like most people don't really consider that the faux truth and the big truth are different things, right?
Well, for the record, the big truth does matter. And I was talking about this before. The big truth is how morality is formed. If you do not have the big truth, you do not have morality. Morality is just a story that you tell to make yourself feel better. The big truth is how you form what is right and what is wrong. If there's no big truth, then whatever's right is whatever you want to be right. Morality is a really big thing in every culture, and it's so big that everybody creates different systems to build up morality. What is right, what is wrong?
But there is no big truth in morality.
Because unless you
Is
believe
morality.
in some sort of higher power, there's no objective morality.
It's not objective morality, but what I'm saying is for something to be right and wrong, for you to judge if something is right or wrong, you need an accurate account of what happened, right? You need to know what happened. If you can alter what happened, then morality is nothing. It's amorphous, you can change it however you want, and I'm right when I want to be right, but you do the exact same thing and you're wrong because I don't like you, right? You can just change it however you want. But if you if you put the big truth into morality, then we both do the same things. The outcome is the same, right? Because the truth is non-discriminatory. The small truth is discriminatory. And so you can't just live without the big truth because the big truth is important. This is kind of the Matrix a little bit. This is kind of the logic of the Matrix. The big truth does matter because it's how we do things fairly. It's the fundamental idea of I want to treat everybody equally. I want to treat people right and while also being treated right, right? So it does matter. It does. But it doesn't matter to the individual.
The big truth doesn't imply fairness.
It does, because the big truth is the rules
just,
of the universe.
No, it's not the rules of the universe. The big truth is what has happened.
Yes.
The big truth holds no argumentation nor knowledge over the future. Because it holds no knowledge, it holds nothing over the future.
It does, because the things that happen make the things that are going to happen, cause and effect. The things that happen make the things that are going to happen.
The truth does not apply to the future because it has not arrived yet. The truth exists solely in the present, and all it does is remember the past perfectly, right? You could, assuming I put you in Big T's shoes, you could fucking walk all the way back to the beginning of everything and recount every step of the way perfectly, right?
Yeah.
That would be what that personification of this topic would be able to do, right? It does not know what will happen. It can infer, surely, but there is randomness to the existence. So,
see our previous episodes. Fuck you.
Yeah, entropy episode. I think it was something. It was in the title, maybe. I don't know. There is randomness in the existence. Because there is randomness in the existence, truth cannot know what comes next. It can infer, probably with a very high degree of accuracy, what comes next, but it can't know. Therefore, there's zero implication of fairness.
Well, no, but
you can't.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying that the truth implies morality or something. I'm saying for morality to exist in the way that we see morality, for good morality to exist, we need the truth. The truth needs to be there. We need like a system to base it off of, so that I can't just be right when I want to be right, and then
But you're
you
not
are wrong
just,
when I
you're
want
not
you to
just
be wrong.
right when you want to be right, because the good enough truth mediates itself. Morality does not exist within oneself. You need two people to form a moral argument. To form some sort of moral overreach, you need two people. Because you can just forgive yourself for anything.
But
you need two people to form some sort of moral argument. Because you need two people, the faux truth fights against itself. If I believe you've done something morally wrong, and you believe I've done something morally wrong, then we have to argue about it. And since there's more than two people, there's a collective mass that argues about it.
But if there's no big truth, then there's nothing you can base your arguments off of. You can't prove someone wrong because there's no big truth. There's nothing to base. There's no logic.
You don't have to prove someone wrong to morally damn or absolve them.
Yes, you kind of do.
Big truth does not matter here because people only care about what is good enough. If I take you into a courtroom, a jury makes decisions on what is good enough. We damn people to life in prison or absolvement, and we let somebody who killed somebody get away with it because it's good enough.
It's not good enough. That is bad. That is immoral. That is unfair.
But they make their decision on the idea that the information given is the truth enough.
But you can recognize that an innocent person being convicted is immoral. That is wrong.
It is
Anyone
unfair.
could say
it's
that.
unfair.
Yes.
Because big truth, although it exists, does not imply fairness.
No, but imagine we had the big truth.
We do have big truth.
If we knew exactly what happened, we would know that this guy was innocent, right?
What I mean by big truth does not exist, because I feel like it might not have been conveyed properly. What I mean by does not exist, I mean entirely irrelevant to the human being. because the human being cannot truly understand big truth. It exists sort of on the boundaries, because obviously the big truth exists. What happened yesterday happened yesterday.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And there is a perfect retelling. We
Yes.
just can't do it. So the big truth does exist, right?
But we have tools to approximate it to near, in certain cases,
not
to
even
near
really.
perfection.
No, not really.
In certain
what's
cases,
happening on the other?
yes.
What's happening on the other side of existence?
I can tell you what
You can tell me what's happening in the furthest reach of the universe. The light hasn't reached us yet.
But I can
tell me what just happened.
exactly the area where an electron is going to be.
Yeah.
The exact area where it's going to be in a hydrogen atom.
See my
no matter
argument
what.
about how the smaller you get, the more you can understand of big truth, and the less faux truth matters. And the larger you get, the less you understand.
And you just
of
got
big truth.
Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Good job, man. Good job.
You can only know one, little chudling. Okay, you can.
I guess Socrates was right. Philosophy is the key to everything.
So you see, like, and that applies to everything. The smaller you get, the more accurate your inference becomes. The closer you align yourself with big T, triple T. Sorry,
But what I'm saying,
T to
is
the
that
3.
you can't have accurate morality. You can't have good morality. If so, you can't have a scenario where innocent people are not being convicted without the closest approximation to the actual truth.
But you think we have big truth, and it still happens.
We don't. No, I recognize that we don't. What I'm saying is that the big truth is important. It is, and I think pretty much anyone who has has moral feelings can accept that the closer we get to the big truth,
If something's
the
important,
more morals we have.
If something's important,
Yeah.
but unreachable, uninteractable, unknowable,
Yeah.
and humanity can never truly utilize it, does it matter?
I think so.
I don't think it does,
I
because
think so.
what is the practical benefit?
The practical benefit
It doesn't exist. You can't harness it.
The practical benefit is that, and I know this is
There
going to
is
turn into
no-
a slippery slope argument.
There is no usefulness.
Yeah.
Big truth is not useful to humanity. Big truth cannot truly get... Sorry, humanity cannot truly get big truth. Therefore, big truth is not useful to humanity.
Well,
it's as simple as that. You can't harness
you're
it.
right.
You can't garner benefit from it. Therefore, functionally, it does not matter.
The benefit it garners, though, is peace of mind. That's the
Not really.
The closest approximation you have to the truth, the closer you are to having a decent
Big
amount of
truth
certainty
does not garner peace
that
of
you
mind.
are not harming
not-
someone who is innocent. That you are not lying. The closer you are to truth, the closer you are to not lying.
Big truth does not garner peace of mind
It does.
implicitly.
Well,
No.
if you have a higher amount of truth, you have more peace of mind that you are not lying.
If I gave you the knowledge of the universe
Accidentally.
immediately, you probably wouldn't be very sound of mind.
There's
a whole book
saying
series
peace
about this.
I'm saying peace of mind in the idea
A
that
very racist man who named his cat Terrible Things talked about this.
I'm saying peace of mind in the idea that if you know closer the truth of what happened, you can be way more confident about the results of what you're doing. So let's say a murder happened. If you know pretty much almost every single detail of something that happened down to the atoms, then you have a lot more confidence that convicting this man is a morally good choice. You have peace of mind that you are not lying. You're not lying to him. You're not lying to others. You are not making the wrong decision. Therefore, you are closer to making the right decision. That is peace of mind. It does not necessarily imply.
But your morality is still entirely determined by humans.
Yes, and
Right?
that's why I think
The only reason
truth matters to humans.
The only reason the big truth would matter is that so you can accurately make a claim. But you still can't accurately make a claim because you cannot wholly grasp big truth.
But you can get it pretty darn close, and that's why I think
I
it's
don't
important.
think you can. Not on a scale that involves multiple people committing crimes. Let's assume the crime is bigger instead of just like a very one-off crime. Let's say I commit a crime against an inanimate object, like I vandalize something. Okay,
Sure.
That's pretty easy to prove.
Yeah.
Because the thing that is vandalized isn't vandalized until I do it, right? But if there is a larger crime, there's like a murder and I claim it's self-defense, but the other person's dead, so they can't testify. That is all of a sudden now very, very vague. The second you start introducing bigger crimes, this argumentation doesn't work. Because the amount of perceptive knowledge one would need to perfectly and adequately pull apart a crime scene that involved two people struggling to kill the other, right, is insane. Because only one of them is alive now. You have lost the ultimate source for the other truth. So
I think the issue is I think it's worth trying, because the more you put into finding out the truth, the more closer you get to the truth, right? If, for example, we installed a camera in the house of the place where the fight took place, you now have you now have more information.
Nintendo 64.
There's an infinite amount of things that can happen, but you have more peace of mind that you think you knew what happened, right? Because now you have more information, you have more truth, right? The truth still is important. We can never grasp the full truth, but the closer we get, the more truth we have. Therefore, it's still worth trying. It's still worth going to your friend and then saying, "Hey, man, I'm going to talk to you about my breakup, but I'm being entirely honest. I don't know if anything I'm saying is like absolutely true. Just like take what I say with a grain of salt," and then doing it. It's still worth trying your hardest to tell the truth and to give the reality to the person. Being okay with lying, I don't think is morally okay, and I think that's fine. I think like white lies, there's a case for it, and obviously there are ways where lying can be moral, but the truth is important, and it can get you to can get you closer to, I don't know, goodness.
Well, you've heard the arguments, Parkies. I kind of don't have much more to say. That wouldn't take.
Decide a winner now.
I wouldn't have much more to say. That wouldn't take forever to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, you can give your last points. I just gave my last points, but give yours.
Melo's points are the truth is divided into two existences. Okay, you have the big universal truth, which is literally exactly what happened, how it happened, and you can walk that back to the dawn of time and just go from there and end up here, right, perfectly, with zero mistellings of anything that happened. And then you have the human truth, right? The faux truth, little t.
Little guy.
That is just the truth that humans decided upon because it's good enough, right? And I believe every aspect of human existence is determined by this good enough truth. The history books are good enough truth. How you live your day-to-day life is good enough truth. Because you don't really bother yourself with the tiring notion of what is the objectively correct thing that has happened every single time. Because you just can't fucking do it, really.
It's just good enough.
You're incapable. So I don't think it's morally bad because you're not capable of doing otherwise. You are bound by the shackles that are being a human being. You cannot do otherwise. I don't think lying is really that bad as long as you use your lying for the 2 out of the 3 options that are either neutral or benefiting others / oneself, really. As long as you benefit oneself and don't innately harm another person, like if I lie about something to get me out of trouble, but like what is the punishment does not grant the other person anything, really, right? Especially if it's like a kid lying to their parents, the punishment does not grant the parents anything. All it does is save the kid from being punished. So yeah, lying is totally morally reasonable. You are a living being and you have the drive to live better, right? Always. Yeah. It's your like programming to do that. So yeah, I don't think you can morally fault someone for that. The same reason you can't morally fault a carnivore animal for killing another animal, right? That's just the law. That's just how things work. So I think in those cases, lying is all right. In the case where you lie to put somebody else down, that's morally wrong because you're causing them harm, and I feel like causing somebody harm is morally wrong. And if you have to lie to cause them harm, chances are they don't deserve it in any sense of the word, because then you'd tell the truth and that would cause them harm, which is fine because that's the truth, or at least the good enough truth. Yeah. So
okay. We have to decide a winner now. So,
oh God.
Okay, do you have a marker? Because there's a board there. Like, do you have a...
I don't have a marker at all.
Oh,
do you?
Do you want to connect to the thing and go into paint?
No.
There. No? Okay.
We can draw.
Where?
You have a book?
No.
I do.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to zoom in.
Parkies.
I'll zoom into the table, and then the Parkies will see. For the record, Parkies. Hi. We're going to play Tic-Tac-Toe, the one game that we played I think...
Many moons ago, Parkies, many
but I know how
moons
the rules
ago.
work now, so I'm going to zoom into the book. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. I was talking to the camera. I wasn't talking to the mic over
They
here.
heard you.
I know. Whatever. Anyways, so how this game works is there's a tic-tac-toe grid. There are...
Do I make it really big?
Yeah, make it as big as the page, probably. Okay. It's a tic-tac-toe board with a tic-tac-toe board in each tic-tac-toe board. I know. Really cool.
And then I make more now?
Yeah, in each tic-tac-toe one.
I
you
make another
a-
tic-tac-toe
another
board.
one. And when you make a move in one tic-tac-toe board, you have to make a corresponding move in the same tic-tac-toe board, in a different tic-tac-toe board on the same board. And so I'll give it a little example because it's kind of a convoluted explanation. It's kind of recursive in a way, a little bit, when you think about it. Recursion. That's maybe an episode we'll talk about. I don't know.
So
Recursion's a cool
this
idea.
is good?
Yeah. So basically, let's say I started here. I started in this box over here, and I put an X in the middle. That means your next move has to be in the middle grid because you played it in the middle. And then you make an X in the corner here. My next move has to be in this grid over here, right?
Okay.
Does
Who
that
goes
make
first?
sense? Rock, paper, scissors. Or fuck. A coin, yeah, sure. I call tails.
Tails.
Okay, tails never fails. So I'm going to start middle. I'm X's.
So I have to go in the middle?
Yeah, you have to go in the middle now. So now I have to go in the bottom left corner. Okay, I see. How am I going to do this now? Because now I want to go in the middle, but I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to go in this one over here. So that
So
means
I
you
have to go
in this
here
one. Yeah.
somewhere.
So I don't know any strategy for how to do this at all. Did you just give me the... Oh, you just gave me the center one. Okay. Interesting. So now, you can't go center ever again, or I get this one. And oh, by the way, to win the entire thing, you need 3 in a row on the total grid. But maybe we'll just do total, like, wins if we don't get that, because we might not want to do it again. I don't know. So now you can't go in the middle anywhere else, and you have to go in the bottom
I
one.
have to go
here.
there,
Yeah. But also, you have some pretty good moves in some of these. And so the idea, I think, is that you force a play at some point. So now I have to go
made a mistake.
here.
I really fucked myself, Parkies. I didn't think about that. That's really bad for me.
Yeah, I don't know. But to be fair, you also did make a good play by making me play here. I'm going to go to a different board that we haven't gone to. So the corner, top right corner. This is scary. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, Parkies. I hope you can see it well. It's scary. See, this is way more fun than the way we did it before. We just played fucking 9 tic-tac-toe games.
Sorry, let me just fix
Yeah,
it.
it's okay. Yeah. Okay, and so I have to play over here now? If I play in the middle... I can't play in the middle now. I have to force you to play in the middle. That's so scary. Okay, I'm gonna play in the bottom...
Parkies, my brain's working fucking overdrive.
I'm playing in the bottom right corner.
You have no idea.
So now you have to play there. I kind of just want to fill out all of the grids, to be entirely honest. That's kind of what I'm doing. So we can force some plays. So bottom right now. I see. Ooh. What if...
Play with me.
Yeah, I know.
Play my game. I'm like Jigsaw.
Play my games. I want to go in the top one. Top middle. Okay, so this one... Oh! But now I get to go here, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh, but then you get to play, don't you? Fuck. But then, okay, so now I have 2 that are really close to winning. Because I have 2 and a 2, and now you have to play in this one. In the top left. Interesting. So now I get to play in here again, but now I have some scary fucking shit going on. Oh.
It's really hard to see, but they get the idea.
Yeah, you get the idea. So now I have to play in
Oh, the
this.
battery's low.
That's okay. If it cuts out, we'll just
Guys.
narrate it.
Oh no, the storage is low. Because we have 3 minutes of storage left.
That's okay. That should be enough. If it isn't,
I'll just cut it now so we don't risk losing any footage.
oh,
Because that's the SD card filling up.
Okay, yeah. We'll just describe it.
Okay.
I have to go to this guy now.
Yeah, I know.
What do you do? Because most moves you can make. That's
Every move I can make, that's your point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I lose here.
Well, maybe. We don't know.
I certainly lose here.
Or actually, I guess if somebody gets 4, then
it's over.
It's over.
There's
yeah.
it's not winnable.
Okay.
GG. Any move I make here, if I go here,
Well,
you
let's
get
just
the-
play it. Let's just play
You
it.
get the point. If I go here,
Let's
you
just
get
play
the
it.
point. If I go, I can't go there. Any other place I go, you get to pick where you put something.
Yeah.
GG.
Play it out. Okay. Bottom
And
row
you win.
here.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. GG's. That's fun, honestly. That's a fun way to play tic-tac-toe. I'm sure there's a way to fucking solve that, but I have no idea.
Well, surely you just.
There's some game tech.
Well,
I don't know.
it's still playing middle still matters. Like normal generic tic tac toe still matters.
All right, and this is probably where we cut Parkey's. Parkade Pal 1-1.
Like my ass beat Parkade.
We'll see you later,
Don't
Parkeys.
like
Bye bye.
Parkeys.